Hello everyone, and today what I have for you is a Christmas gift guide on books. Yes, that is right. Christmas gift guide on books, because I did say I was going to be doing more Christmassy things. Well, here you go. Or should I say, ho ho ho. Yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm actually sitting down for once, which is weird. I feel quite proper sitting here. It's actually quite relaxing. I might do this in the future more and sit down. I kind of like it. But anyways, before I get into it, my dear friend Claire is also doing a gift guide on books, which I'll be linking down below. She does a blog. I do suggest you check out because she writes amazingly and her blogs are pretty top notch, if I do say so myself. So I'll be linking that down below, so I highly recommend you go check that out because she will also have ideas. And yeah, so the books that I have today are not like, okay, I put them into categories of like kind of what I feel like they fit into. Like from this, I don't want you to think you have to buy these books. It's just more to give you an idea or like inspiration. If you're wondering like what the hell to get for someone for Christmas, like hopefully these books will give you an idea. So yeah, I put them into categories of like, I don't know, just categories. So I'm just gonna go through them and they kind of make sense to me, but hopefully from what I have, it'll like, and my explanation for them, it'll kind of give you an idea of what you could get for someone else. Or perhaps you will pick these books that I'm showing you. And yeah, so without further ado, here we go. So the first book we have isn't actually a book. It is more of an activity book, which is a colouring book. This is a Game of Thrones colouring book, and it is pretty damn cool. Like the artwork in here is amazing, and there's already some that's been coloured in. But anyways, like these books are great. Like there are so many different drawings as well. Some of them are more detailed, some of them aren't. And they all have a little paragraph for each picture, kind of explaining what the picture is, or if it's a character, an explanation of the character from the actual books. Now, okay, these are everywhere. There's a Mortal Instruments one, there's a Star Wars one, there's a Harry Potter one, a Lord of the Rings one, and there is a Court of Mist and Fury one. I haven't read those books, but there are Sarah J Maas ones out there, so that's just to give you an idea. If you are running out of ideas of what to get to people, well, this would be good. So yes, that is why I chose this one, because like anyone would like this. Just get a book, get a pack of pencils, and voila, you got a Christmas present. So for the next category, I only have one book to show because whatever. But anyways, the next category is special editions. This is my Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone 20th Anniversary Edition in Ravenclaw colours, because I am a Ravenclaw, okay? Anyways, the reason why I chose this one, or I chose special editions, because you can find special editions anywhere as well. You may not know it, but people love special editions of books, even if they have 5 books of like the same book, but it's all different editions. If there's a special or another edition out there, I am sure they'll like it. Usually in special editions, there's extra content. There's always extra content. The designs are really beautiful, and honestly, it's just a collector's thing. So if you know kind of what like whoever you're buying a gift for reads, just have a little search online to see if there's any special editions out there. For the Harry Potter one, there are 2 versions of this. This is a hardcover one. There's another version which is a paperback, and the paperback version, it's all blue, whereas this one, it's obviously black and blue, and the sides are pretty, and yeah, there's extra content in here, and it's pretty damn cool. So yeah, that is my second gift option. My third category is book companions, and what I mean by book companions is like they're not related to the book. Well, they are, but they're not a story, if that makes sense. Anyways, book companions. So I have 3 examples here, 2 of which are from the Lord of the Rings series. This one is an atlas of Tolkien, and it explores the whole geography of like Middle Earth, and it explains everything about it, the entire world. It has maps It has beautiful pictures. It has like history and lore of the creatures from the world of Middle-earth. And this one is a dictionary of Tolkien. It's basically a dictionary for Middle-earth, so it has like all of the names from Middle-earth, from the Lord of the Rings series, of characters, of creatures, of places and things like that, and it will have a description of what they are, even of eras and things like that. So it's very, very good. As you can see, it's, well, you can't really see because it's too far away, but anyways, it's basically like a dictionary but Lord of the Rings style, so that's pretty cool. The next book I have is Who-ology, ta-da! Which is just a entire book of Doctor Who facts and a whole bunch of Doctor Who things because I like Doctor Who. Now, why I chose companion books is because, like I said, they're not related to the story. They don't continue on a story. There's no plot. It's just information on the world, like extra little information. There are so many companion books out there. Percy Jackson has one. Harry Potter has a lot. Companion books are good because, like I said, it features extra little bits of information that maybe people don't know of, that they get from the TV show or like the books they read. It's just extra stuff that delves into the history and lore. And especially the Doctor Who one, it like goes back into like the very first like steps of Doctor Who. Like it has a whole timeline of Doctor Who, like the creation of it and things like that. And these Tolkien ones, like, they would be perfect for any Lord of the Rings fan. Like, damn, even if someone hasn't even read The Lord of the Rings or watched the movies, these might be good for someone who's starting to write, because Tolkien created a whole entire world, a whole entire language system and creatures and things. Like, he is basically the father of fantasy books, kind of. So even if you know someone who's not into like the movies, or they haven't read them, or they haven't watched them, but you know they're writing a book in a fantasy type setting or something, these might be good, like, for them to kind of be like, oh, like gain inspiration for their work, you know? My fourth category is more on based on things that someone might like their interests. So I have 3 books again. The first one is Neil Gaiman on Norse mythology. Now, obviously, this can be either for 2 things: someone who's a fan of Neil Gaiman, or someone who's a fan of mythology, more particularly Norse mythology. I've read this book. It is pretty good. Like, it features all of the most important stories of Norse mythology, and he's basically just rewritten them in his own words and created little stories out of them. So we've got, like, you know, the usual characters of the Norse gods of Thor, Odin, Loki, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff. The second book is actually really heavy. It's also got to do with mythology, and it is the Mythology book, an illustrated journey into our imagined worlds. This book covers all mythology throughout every culture ever. I am up to the chapter of cows and bulls with my little Hermione bookmark. But it's so fun to read. I'm very interested in mythology. I actually got this for last Christmas. But I'm very interested in mythology, and this covers everything. Like, there are some mythologies in here and legends that I didn't even hear about. So it's very interesting. The book doesn't delve into like different sections like Greek mythology, and then the next chapter is Norse mythology. No. It actually delves into like magic throughout mythology, gods and goddesses of mythology, and then like symbolism, like the chapter of cows and bulls, like what symbolism they have in mythology throughout all cultures. You understand? But yeah, if you know someone who's into mythology and they're very interested in it, I would suggest something like this, because it is very damn good, and it is filled with amazing pictures and all of that good stuff. But this would also give you an idea of like if someone's interested in something and you know of an interest, there will be a book out there for it. Like if they're interested in flowers, there's definitely going to be a flower book out there. You get what I mean? And the last one in this category, going with the whole interests, is the big Marvel Encyclopedia. This features all of the characters ever mentioned in any Marvel comic. Okay, it will mention like all of them. It is the encyclopedia of all Marvel things, like anything. It's like A to Z. It'll have what comics they came from, who they're related to, things like that, little tidbits of information. But if you know someone who is a massive Marvel fan, this is good. Again, just giving you the idea of if you know someone has an interest in something, there will be a book for it, especially if it's like comic related. There's definitely a DC version. There are different versions of Marvel books as well related to that. Like, I've seen a lot out there, but this is just one of them. It is fairly heavy too, but it has very, very nice artwork inside. We are at the G section, so we got all these characters, and like I said, it has a bunch of like just information all about them, and yeah, it's really great. Now the last category I have is more of a personal opinion, and it is a book that I think anyone would love and should read and would be the perfect Christmas gift for anyone, and it is To Kill a Mockingbird by Lee Harper. Now this book is old, it's my dad's, it is, yeah, I'm gonna put this down so it doesn't die. Why do I think To Kill a Mockingbird is like the best book that everyone should read? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, it deals with like prejudice and racism, and the thing is, the writing style is amazing. The character is a young girl as well, so listen, if you're a parent watching this and your kid has not read To Kill a Mockingbird, it's a perfect book to give your kid, because it will make them like become more aware of things in the world, as well as understanding that it's okay to be different and to not judge people by their looks and all of that nice jazz. But To Kill a Mockingbird is a great book that I think anyone should read of all ages. If you know someone has not read this book, and even if you haven't read this book, go get it. Send it out to the world. It is a book that everyone I think should read. It is for all ages. It is a lovely little story and it is amazing, and I think everyone should read it. And yeah, so that is it for my gift guide. I'll be listing all the books down below just so you know like what they're called and stuff and the author. And yeah, I can't really tell you where I got them from, because the majority of these I got for presents and I just got from my local bookstore, but I'm sure you can find them anywhere. I would use Book Depository, which I'm not affiliated with, I'm just saying. They have free shipping to certain countries and they've got pretty damn good prices as well, so I would check them out. And yeah, that is my Christmas gift guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like have become inspired with what you should get for people, book ideas for people that you know, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye everyone!